What's up, agents? Biz here with another Division 2 video. While we wait on new content and 2021 to come to a close, I have been taking stock of this past year and looking into some of the builds that just never made it to the channel. Whether it was due to a theory craft not being as good as I'd hoped, or just a better idea sprouting up at the last minute, builds have slipped through the cracks. Until now. So stick around as we're going to explore a Lost Biz build today. As always, if you're new here or been around since sliced bread was the #1 trending topic, you are welcome here. Really, there's no secret. This channel wouldn't be as awesome without all of you engaging in the content put out. And man, I'm just humbled and honored that you stopped by this corner of YouTube. If you haven't already though, today's a great day to hit those like and subscribe buttons. There's a lot of new content on the horizon, and missing out on that would be a total drag. While you ponder that and the wonders of the cosmos, let's strap up, grab an ice-cold canned beverage of choice, and get down to it. Okay, so when working through the ideas for this video, I had a few builds in the chamber. From a support shield build using a deflector shield to an all-red Future Initiative hybrid setup, we had a few to choose from. One way or another, these builds didn't see the light of day, usually in favor of something that I came up with that I just liked running more. Let me know though in the comments if you want to see more off-meta stuff. If I get enough traction, I got some weird stuff that I can throw up that's on the back burner right now. One piece of gear I vowed to almost never cover on this channel was the exotic backpack, the Memento. Despite it being the coolest looking exotic in the game, the Memento could easily be miscovered, as people will see #bestbuilds footage of a fully stacked Memento and think, wow, that's a really good build that will perform well at all times. As that simply was not true, I didn't think the Memento warranted a video. I mean, we all know it's good, no matter where you put it. Why would I ever make a video on it?
Because you ran out of ideas?
Hey, pipe down, or so help me. I decided to show off this setup because, just like anything I put out, I want to show things that I'm having fun with. In coming back to the game off my hiatus, I stumbled upon this build and had a blast going through some heroic content and figured maybe other people would like the setup too. Before we get into the build, we should go over what the Memento does for those tuning in, maybe mistaking this video for a video about memes or something. The Memento is an exotic backpack unlocked through the seasons and should be in the general loot pool now that the season has been over for a couple seasons now. This backpack is the most Hunter-esque item in the game. Really, I mean, the game designers just outdid themselves. This thing is a really unique, exotic piece. Besides looking good, the Memento is the only exotic in the game that comes with 3 core attributes. Right out the gate, you get a skill tier, weapon damage, and armor roll, which is quite nice. The exotic talent on this is something I like to call kill confirmed. So each time you land a killing blow, the now deceased enemy will drop a trophy. Once you pick up the trophy, you get a short-term and a long-term buff. The short-term will scale based on how many of each core attribute you have equipped, giving you 10% weapon damage per red core, 10% bonus armor per blue, and 5% skill efficiency per yellow for 10 seconds. Now the long-term buff grants an additional 1% weapon damage, 0.1% armor regeneration, and 1% skill efficiency over about 5 minutes. This long-term buff stacks up to 30 times, so you can top this buff out at 30% weapon damage, 3% armor regen, and 30% skill efficiency. Yikes. Clearly, there's a reason people like to show this setup at max stack. I really feel like you could throw whatever you want on, and it would be serviceable when you max that long-term buff out. Now, I'm not saying that I just threw whatever on to test that, but while we're on the topic, let's take a peek at what we set up to support this monster exotic. To start, we go to the firewall specialization. Now, I know, I've been stuck on this specialization for a bit now, but it's very useful, and for the purposes of making this an absolute unit, we need a flamethrower. Overall, this setup is a 4 red, 3 blue, and 1 yellow, with all attributes set to red. This means our trophies will give us 40% weapon damage, 30% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency on pickup for the short-term buff. I mean, that's maximum danger. Weapon-wise, we keep to the Vector 9mm with Optimus because, what can I say, I'm a creature of habit. Like 3 videos going now with this thing. It's great. Since we want the best-looking exotic for gear with the Memento, though, I decided it was time to dust off my Eagle Bearer for my secondary. Now, we haven't covered this weapon since my raid guide, so for those not familiar, let's dive into what we like about this highly coveted raid-locked weapon. This bad boy has 2 exotic talents, the first one being Eagle Strike. Now, this will buff accuracy as you continuously fire up to 30%. This gun basically turns into a laser beam when you get that fully stacked. The second talent, Tenacity, is pretty handy too. On headshot kills, you get granted the tenacity buff. Now this buff will defer 40 to 80% of incoming damage for 15 seconds. And that deferred or delayed damage gets reduced for each kill you land in those 15 seconds, up to 100% if you can get 3 kills. We like the high risk, high reward here, as this buff has a bit of a learning curve. For the rest of this build, we land on 3 pieces of Providence for additional headshot damage, crit chance, and damage. On the chest, we're running Obliterate. I like this here as we're trying to really push the pedal to the metal with our damage, and if we can get a buff to overall damage for every crit shot, yeah, I'm going to do that. We also threw a piece of Sokolov Concern in there to up the damage for a Vector 9. We round out the build with a piece of Grupo Sombra, the glue to any damage build for that extra crit damage. Overall, this build is very simple. Probably a big reason why I didn't see the light of day until now. Something about being maxed stacked with Memento, though, feels wrong, but just feels so right, too. This setup is a lot of fun, and I hope you can enjoy it as much as I am at the moment. But let me know if you want to see some of those other Biz Lost builds in the comments below. Got a few of them that are really weird. Either way, that will wrap things up for today. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the channel. If you haven't already, please take a sec to like and subscribe for more upcoming content that you're not going to want to miss. There's a new video every Friday at 10 a.m. It's like Saturday morning cartoons, only Friday, and Division 2. I'll catch y'all next time, though. Biz out.